Welcome to Let's Pour with Patty. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild and wacky ride as I learn the joys and share with you the wonders of creating with fluid art. Stick around, let's have some fun, and as always, keep creating. Let's pour. The paint party / workshops are in full effect, and look at this adorable location that I am working through, and that's a Gem City Mercantile little boutique in this refurbed warehouse where they hold many venues. You can have a wedding there, you can throw birthday parties. There's just so much you can do here, and it is so adorable. There's a little crepe restaurant, and it's called the Shop 19, located on the corner of West 19th and Chestnut in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Presley and Pear, where I actually hold my events, is coming up next, and it's an arts and crafts and sensory fun house thing. Basically, it is so neat, and I love working with Rachel, and I just love this place. I was truly blessed to have my 2 daughters and Keith there to help me get everything ready. And here's the crowd that I had. It was 8 people, which was a perfect first class. I'm here talking about the different paints, difference between craft paints, student paints, and more professional paints. And we talked about a lot. We're not going to discuss how I forgot the marbles, and we were doing marble pours, and Keith had to run home as fast as he could and grab all of my marbles because I apparently lost my marbles that day. And he saved the whole thing by rushing home and getting the marbles in time while we chatted about paint, how to mix paint, how to tape up the backs of our canvases. As you can see, we're going through that right now. And everything that we just, got to know each other a little bit for those first few minutes. So it was okay. Everything was saved by Keith. Thank you, Keith. But so we just chit-chatted, got to know each other, had fun, talked about paints and stuff. My daughters kicked in and helped. We put in these little eye hook screw things for feet to keep their canvases up out of their trays. And then I did a demonstration. I let them pick out the colors for me. I don't know why I don't have it, but I had 2 examples. I don't have it on film, but I had 2 examples of the paintings that my daughters did in a practice run for this event. And one had a black background and one had a white background. And so I was able to show them the difference, because those were the only 2 choices I gave them for their base paints, is black and white. And so I showed them what the difference is between a black base and a white base, so they could make a educated decision on which one that they wanted. So I used a black base, and I let them pick the colors for me, and I did a quick demonstration while they watched. And yeah. So I'll let you sit back. I'm just going to throw some music on. The audio didn't turn out very good, so I'm just going to turn it down and do voiceovers instead. We're just going to, and I speed most of this up. I just wanted to share with you the smiles and show the fun that we had and just relish in the moment, I guess it would be, because it was a really good time. I think everybody had fun. And yeah, as you see, we did a marble pour. Keith was back with the marbles. That was the only thing that really went wrong. And we did so good at remembering everything except for my cup of marbles. But all right, sit back, enjoy, and I'll be back with you soon. They all dried beautifully. Everybody did an amazing job. I would have to say this was a successful first time workshop. Thank you so much for joining me in this week's Creative Art Collective. Before me was the incredible Taslima Maya Art. Go back and watch her video if you missed it. And because Sheldon's out this week, we have a guest, Cassie with CWV Artistry. Thank you for joining us this week. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And keep creating. Bye.